I'm here at the State House where it was do or die for bills this week. We just wrapped up Funnel Week. Basically what that means is there are hundreds of plans that lawmakers introduced. They had until this morning to get their top priorities through committee. Now the House just gavelled out. That means that lawmakers have met their deadline, and there's a lot fewer bills left here at the State House. That means lawmakers will have a much narrower focus as they continue their work through the rest of session. Now, as we look at the flurry of action over the course of this week, really it was education that took center stage. Bills dealing with parents' rights, age-appropriate content in schools, and restrictions on LGBTQ kids. Those are some of the bills that made it forward, including a bill that would ban kids from receiving any, quote, gender transition procedure, another bill that would require all Iowa students to only use the bathroom that matches their sex at birth, and several bills banning discussion of gender identity and sexual activity in schools. Now, beyond just education bills, there were some other major pieces of policy that made it forward. That includes the governor's nearly 1,600-page plan to completely reshape Iowa's government, another bill that provides landowners protections against carbon capture pipelines, and another bill, several bills actually, that would change which Iowans can access public assistance benefits like SNAP and Medicaid. Of course, it's Funnel Week. That means there are some bills that did not make it across the finish line. Bills that died this week include a House Republican resolution that would have made same-sex marriage illegal in Iowa, another bill that would have banned abortion, all abortion in Iowa, and Democrats' plan to legalize marijuana. All of those bills are dead. Of course, with Funnel Week, there are some loopholes. Top leadership can bring some of those dead bills back through certain exceptions. We'll keep an eye on that through the rest of session. Live from the State House, Amanda Rooker, KCCI 8 News, Iowa's news leader.
All right, thank you, Amanda. And Governor Reynolds released a statement this morning about the State Government Committee passing the bill for reorganizing state government. Just after midnight, Reynolds sent out this email here where she says the bill will streamline services and save taxpayers money. The 1,600-page bill plans to merge many cabinet departments, reducing the number from 37 to 16. And this is just the first Funnel Week deadline for the legislature. The week of March 31st will be the next Funnel Week. That's when most bills must pass out of committees in the opposite chamber or be considered dead for the year.